Good morning, my dear students in grade 3. How are you today? I hope you are fine.
رؤية المدرسة إعداد فتيات متعلمات مبدعات قادرات على بناء مجتمع واع متحضر محافظة على أخلاقه وقيمه ومستخدمة للتكنولوجيا الحديثة. رؤية المدرسة إعداد فتيات متعلمات مبدعات.
The school vision, to prepare creative, well-educated students who are able to establish civilized, aware, reserved society, stick to the authentic morals and values, in addition to using the modern technology. The school vision, to prepare creative.
The value is devotion. What day is it today? Today is Sunday. What is the weather like today? It's cold. What is the date today? Today is the 14th of February 2021. Our lesson today is Song Part 2, Module 8. Objectives of our lesson today is to identify using the past form of the verb to be to ask about places. Practice asking questions using the past form of the verb to be. Talk about places using the past form of the verb to be. Write about yourselves. The value is devotion. Respect the rules wherever you go.
Where were you yesterday?
I was at the palace.
Where was he yesterday?
He was at the amusement park.
Where was she yesterday?
She was at the stadium.
Where were they?
They were at the theater. Where were you yesterday?
I was at the palace.
Where was he yesterday?
He was at the aquarium.
Where was she yesterday?
She was at the pool.
Where were they?
What is the video about? Which sentence is correct? The window was open yesterday. The window were open yesterday. Perfect. The window was open yesterday. Let's remember: amusement park, swimming pool, home. What would happen if you leave the house without telling your parents? Maybe you will get lost. What's your favorite place in Qatar and why? For me, Spire Park is my favorite place because I can go for a walk and have my coffee in one of the cafes there. What about you? In which subject do you study about famous places? Perfect, in social studies. Now open your student's book page 97 and your workbook page 94. Present, practice, production. Presentation, practice, production. How can you ask about things that happened in the past? Where were you yesterday afternoon? Let's read. Where were you yesterday morning? I was at the amusement park. He, she, it was at the amusement park. You, we, they were at home. Past simple of the verb to be. I, he, she, it was, and the singular. They, you, were. They, we, you, were, and the plural. Where were you yesterday morning? I was at the shopping center. I, he, she, it was. I, he, she, it was. I was. He was. She was. It was. We were. You were. They were. Where were you? When I ask, I use where with you, okay? When I answer, I was. When I say I will use was. I was at the shopping center. Can you give me an example about yourself? Where were you yesterday? I was at the restaurant. Where were you yesterday? I was at the mall. I was at the mall. I was at the restaurant. I was. Where were you yesterday evening? Look at the first picture. I was at the park. Look at the second picture. I was at home. I was. Where were you last night? I was at the museum. I was at the library. Where were you yesterday? I was out. I was out all day. Where were you yesterday morning? I was at school. I was at school. All morning I was at school. Where were you yesterday afternoon? I was at the amusement park with my friends, Ted and Mark. Where were you yesterday evening? I was at the swimming pool with Ned, my friend from school. Where were you last night? I was at home. I was at home. I was at home with my brother Jerome. Now we have completed our first objective. Now let's look at, open your workbook page 94. Where were you yesterday? Look at activity 2. Read, look, and answer. Where was Clark yesterday afternoon? Look at him. He was at the swimming pool. Please stop the video, write the answers, and then come back to check your answers. Now, welcome back. Let's check our answers. Number 1. Where was Clark yesterday? He was at the swimming pool. Where was Jane yesterday? She was at the amusement park. 3. Where were Ali and Omar yesterday? They were at school. Where were Clara and Rita last night? They were at home. Where were you yesterday? Where were you yesterday morning? I was at school. I am at school, or they are at school. Perfect. I was at school. Where were you last night? Look at the picture. I am at home. I was at home. They are at home. Perfect. I was at home. Where were you yesterday afternoon? They are at the park. He was at the park. We were at the park. We were at the park. Where were you yesterday evening? I am at the restaurant. We are at the restaurant. We were at the restaurant. Perfect. We were at the restaurant. We have completed our second objective. Now, go to your student's book, page 97. To compare, ask and answer, use the places from the box. Let's read the places in the box. Beach, library, pet shop, shopping center, playground, toy shop, home, museum, bookshop, school, restaurant, amusement park, swimming pool. Where were you yesterday morning? I was at the amusement park. Where were you yesterday morning? I was at the beach. Where were you yesterday afternoon? I was at home. Where were you yesterday evening? I was at the swimming pool. Where were you yesterday morning? I was at the amusement park. Now we have completed our third objective. Answer about yourself. Where were you yesterday morning? Where were you yesterday afternoon? And where were you yesterday evening? Where were you last night? I was at school. Where were you yesterday afternoon? I was at home. Where were you yesterday evening? I was at the mall. Where were you last night? I was at the restaurant. Now it's time for production. Let's speak. We have completed our fourth objective. Thumbs up. It's the closure time. Tell your mom. What will you tell your mom when she asks you, what have you learned today? Write questions and answer them in your notebook. Where were you yesterday? I was at the beach. Where were you yesterday morning? I was at the beach. Where were you yesterday afternoon? I was at the shopping center. Where were you yesterday evening? I was at the amusement park. Write these questions and write the answers in your notebooks. Thank you and goodbye, my lovely students.